Coming up on Mountain News this morning, a rare new bourbon hits the shelves in Lexington, but for a high price and limited time. And a special project teams up with veterinarians across the region to take care of wild horses that roam the land.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning to you, 5:33 on your Monday morning. I'm Dakota Makris. Good morning to you. Let's head over to Brandon for a look at our forecast. And Brandon, I bet a lot of kids are waking up upset today because they actually have to go back to school.
I know.
Man, I kind of miss those days. You know, you just no school. But see, back in when I grew up in Tennessee,
right,
we didn't have NTI days. We just didn't have school.
Yeah, that's back when I was a kid,
yeah,
way in the before times. Listen, I can remember we're coming up on an anniversary, actually a big anniversary, where we're out of school for a month. And I mean a solid month for the blizzard of '93. So, I mean, it was rough.
Man.
And that's in March. So, again, won't be... it's kind of, I just now realized as I was saying that's a big anniversary this year for that. All right, let's get into the forecast this morning. And sorry, kiddos, time to get up and get moving. Lake Cumberland, as we take a look down there in Pulaski County this morning, not a whole lot of action, a little bit of overcast skies. We look toward the bridge there, maybe just a touch of fog, but again, no major issues. Some spots seeing the cloud cover, some spots not. You can see it by the temperatures. Manchester down to 30 along with Jonesville. Those are our two coldest spots. We have 46 in Jacksboro and a couple other 40s there. Middlesboro, Harlan, Hazard, Jackson, Prestonsburg, Pikeville, Clintwood, and Logan. Everybody else is in the 30s right now across the state and region. Carbondale in the upper 20s out in southern Illinois. 32 in Cincinnati just across the river from northern Kentucky, and 45 in Charleston, West Virginia. It is 40 in Knoxville this morning and 36 in Nashville. We look across today, we're going to see a mix of sun and clouds. Not a particularly warm day, but still by February standards above average by several degrees. We'll top out right around 52 a little bit later this afternoon. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you. Officials have identified the man killed in an officer-involved shooting in Floyd County. It happened Friday afternoon on US 23 between Route 80 and Kentucky 1428 in Allen. State police troopers say they pulled over a car matching the description of one they were looking for as part of a domestic violence incident. They say a trooper was put in a life-threatening situation and shot the driver. Floyd County Deputy Coroner Chuck Hall says 65-year-old Glenn Edward Bays of Harold was pronounced dead at the scene just before 5:30 p.m. The KSB Critical Incident Response Team continues the investigation. One person was killed in a car crash in Wayne County, West Virginia during the weekend. The crash happened Saturday night. Officials say the crash happened just after 8 p.m. on West Virginia 152 near the Wayne and Cabell County line. Wayne County Emergency Management confirmed one person was killed. The name of the person has not been released. The Wise County, Virginia Sheriff's Office is asking for your help with identifying two suspects. Deputies say these two people were recorded near the park in Appalachia on February 2nd at 10:15 p.m. They say there is an investigation underway after several reports of vandalism on that night. If you have any information, you are asked to call the Sheriff's Office using the number you see on your screen. Well, back here in Kentucky, police in Pikeville are asking for your help in finding these two women. They say they are wanted in reference to an investigation. If you have any information, you are asked to call the Pikeville Police Department. A Wayne County man was arrested Saturday for trafficking fentanyl. Deputies say they received several complaints of illegal drugs being sold from a home on Tennessee Street in Monticello. Well, they conducted a search of the home around 7:30 p.m. on Saturday. During the search, deputies said they found a gun, a bag of marijuana, and about 25 fentanyl pills. Troy L. Johnson was arrested and charged with drug trafficking, possession of a handgun by a convicted felon, and possession of marijuana. He was taken to the Wayne County Detention Center. One Eastern Kentucky community is looking to take part in the adventure tourism boom we've been seeing across the region. And after years of planning, several ideas are finally coming to fruition. Arlissa Williams was in Letcher County to learn more about this development.
Just along the Kentucky and Virginia line as you're leaving Letcher County lies Raven Rock, a landmark that many have spent decades trying to create a tourist destination out of.
For the past 15, 20 years that I've been involved in city government, we've always tried to work toward getting the property or being able to use it for recreation like it was in the 70s.
Various coal companies have held ownership over the property, but now that the East Kentucky Heritage Foundation has acquired it, the city of Jenkins and representatives with the foundation are working to create the Raven Rock Resort.
Well, you know, tourism in general is a big money-making type thing. People go places, and we want them to come here, and we want them to not be just some place that they want to come to. We want it to be a place they can't wait to come to.
Those over this project say although it is still early in development, they are planning to use a recent grant to help fund new infrastructure, cabin builds, and other ideas.
Further down the line, we hope to have a conference center, the mountain bike trails, and at the very least, like the absolute worst case scenario, we own 844 acres of land that can be used for hiking and biking trails, at the very least, for the community to enjoy and visitors to enjoy.
But Jenkins Mayor Todd DePriest says this project will not compromise the natural beauty of the area.
We don't want it to be so big that we lose the hometown feel. I've talked to folks that's from the Smoky Mountain area that grew up there, and they sort of lost that over time. We like to have a lot of amenities people don't have now, but that could be enjoyed, but in a way that still got the hometown feel, and people are proud of where they're from.
Those over the project say although the ball is starting to roll for the Raven Rock Resort, they don't anticipate to break ground until at least 2024. In Jenkins, Alyssa Williams, WYMT Mountain News.
Raven Rock Resort project leaders say although they are excited to get the project up and running, their main focus right now and for the foreseeable future is flood recovery, which they say might push the project back a bit. Well, we have some good news for fans of the Junior's Hibachi food truck. Junior's will be opening a new restaurant here in Perry County. It will be located at the shopping center in Hazard between Tim Short and Klutz Auto. The opening date has not been set, but employees say they plan to open near the middle or end of March. They say the restaurant will be open Tuesday through Sunday, and they will still have their food truck traveling to other cities. The restaurant's menu will also be expanded. In addition to takeout, Junior's Hibachi will also have a small seating area for dine-in options. That's some great news there. A rare new bourbon recently hit Kroger shelves in Lexington, and it's giving Big Blue Nation a chance to take home a piece of history. It was nearly 45 years ago that Kyle Macy, Jack Goose Gibbons, and Rick Robbie reached the pinnacle of college basketball. The three Kentucky legends say they won many battles throughout the years and inevitably lost to a few. They didn't know it, but their new blend of a 50 and a 5-year bourbon was already in the works through it all.
When we won the national championship back in 1978, this bourbon was already in the barrel and resting.
78 Legends has a limited release of just 1,978 bottles, and it does cost a pretty penny. Its retail price is set at $1,978. The Appalachian Horse Project has partnered with veterinarians across the region to take care of free roaming horses. 9 counties in the region have a wild horse population, and Executive Director Shawnee Brandenburg says most people do not know about them. With that said, she and others are working to keep the horses healthy.
So we have started within the last 2 years doing a deworming program to make sure that, you know, they don't have parasites that can make them sick or too skinny.
Well, she says the horses will not tolerate a person on their backs, but they do enjoy attention. Well, just ahead, a breakup letter written by a late and great American actor heads to the auction block, giving someone a chance to own a heartfelt piece of Hollywood history.
Our above average temperatures will continue for a little bit longer, but some colder air could return by the weekend. I'll have the latest forecast in about 3 minutes.